Hi, my name is Celina Kernberger, and I'm with the Employment Services team at the Mesa County Workforce Center. This video is going to cover our 7 Smart Strategies workshop in a way that will show you some resources and tools that you can access online. You can also reach out to us via email or phone, and we can assist you and direct you with some of those tools and resources. So with that, just going to give me 1 second and I'm going to switch over into the presentation itself. Okay. So here we go. All right. So 7 smart strategies for 50+ job seekers. This workshop is brought to you in collaboration with the AARP Foundation. So unlike maybe some of the AARP programs you've heard of before, there is no cost for any of this. This information is provided to you for free through the AARP Foundation and the Mesa County Workforce Center. Okay, so we saw in our community that we definitely had a need in the 50+ job seeker population. They just tended to struggle a little bit more than some of our younger populations to find employment. And some of that is because of their not knowing about some of the resources or needing to upskill in different areas. And granted, there are those times that employers maybe just weren't as open to considering 50+ job seekers for different reasons. So that's why we wanted to collaborate with the AARP Foundation so we could bring this wealth of knowledge to you. So the Workforce Center is located at 512 29½ Road. We are open from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. We can be reached, the Employment Services team, at 970-248-7560. You can also email us, which is jobservice@mesacounty.us. You'll also hear me reference our website throughout this presentation, and we'll show you the link on different slides there. So whenever I reference our website, I'm referring to the Mesa County Workforce Center site, which is mcwfc.us. So through this workshop, you're going to learn these different objectives: understanding your local labor market, identify your transferable skills, build new skills, expand your connections to employers, programs, and resources. Okay, the 7 smart strategies we're going to cover. Strategy 1 is target your job search. 2, create your personal marketing tools to impress employers. 3, conquer the job application and interview process. 4, get new work experience and skills. 5, meet people who know people. 6, connect with organizations that find job candidates for employers. And 7, take time to focus on yourself and stay strong. All right, strategy 1, target your job search. The different steps through this strategy include using online assessments to identify skills and interests, reviewing in-demand jobs to match interests and skills and picking 1 to 2 target jobs, and research local employers who hire for the target jobs you're looking for. We're first going to cover what some of the in-demand jobs are for our area, and these include retail salespersons, combined food preparation and serving workers, which includes fast food, and cashiers. We found what these in-demand jobs are through a source called EMSI, and so this source pulls data for us and lets us know which jobs have the most demand in our area. So some facts about retail sales positions. In 2019, there were over 3,000 jobs. Annual openings were 460, and the average wage for these positions was just over $14 an hour. Facts about combined food prep and serving workers. In 2019, there were just over 2,000 jobs. The annual openings in this area was 369, and the average wage was $12 an hour. For cashiers, in 2019, there were just under 1,500 jobs, and the annual openings was 280. The average wage for these positions was $12.70 per hour. And then we also wanted to share with you what the top 10 employers were within our area. And this comes from the Grand Junction Area Chamber of Commerce's 2020 Business Update. So you can see here we have School District 51, getting close to 3,000 employees. St. Mary's Medical Center, which you'll also see as SCL Health, has just over 2,400 employees. Community Hospital, over 1,000. Mesa County, which includes all of the different departments of the county, also just over 1,000 employees. The state of Colorado, over 1,000. VA Medical Center, 750. Colorado Mesa University, about 750. City Market, over 700. City of Grand Junction, 628. And Hilltop Community Resources, 600. So they're going to have different occupations within each of these companies. So these are really good companies to look into for positions. Okay, so one resource available to you to help you figure out some positions that you might enjoy doing through career assessments. So we offer assessments at the Workforce Center, and in order for those assessments to be no cost to you, you do have to have a Connecting Colorado account. So we've got the link there, connectingcolorado.com. And if you already have one, we just need to make sure that your information is up to date and that the account is active. Otherwise, you go in there and start a new one. So some of the assessments that would be available to you through our professional services department are what are called Work Keys assessments. And there are 3 of those assessments in particular that if you take them, you can earn a National Career Readiness Certificate. And then that certificate can be presented to employers to show that you have the base level skills needed for every job out there and what level you're at with those skills. So in addition to that, we also have what's called FIT. And so these assessments tell you what are some occupations that might be a good fit for you based off of how you answer questions about your values and interests. Talent is a good one to also share with employers. It shows some different traits within you that kind of have work ethic value characteristics. We also have assessments through IBM Connexa. This used to be called Prove It, and that is a good name because all of the assessments through here are specific to individual skills where you are proving the skill level you have. So an example might be how you're able to use Word, Microsoft Word. There's an assessment to show if you're proficient in that, if you're advanced, things of that nature. But there's hundreds of those, and we could help you determine which ones would be good for you depending on the occupation that you're looking to get into. Another one is called CAPS, COPS, COPES, and this is another one that kind of helps you see what you might be interested in doing. So in order to schedule tests for any of these kind of assessments, you would need to contact our professional services department by calling 257-2215, or you could email them wfc-professional-services@mesacounty.us. Another assessment resource that you can access at any time is on our website, mcwfc.us. And when you get to that page, across the top, one of the options is Job Seekers. And if you hover over that, a drop-down menu will show up. And the first option will be Career Coach. And Career Coach will open up into a new screen, and one of the options there will be to take an assessment. You can either take a short, about 6-question assessment, or a little longer one, 60, to give you some information on occupations you may be interested in. Okay, so now we're moving on to target employers. This is an example of a research worksheet that you might use when you're getting your information collected to target employers near you. So you're going to start off by maybe using Connecting Colorado for job search. You could Google different companies that you're interested in. And as you go through all of your research, it's a really good idea to keep some notes on that so that you can refer to them later. All right, strategy two, create your personal marketing tools to impress employers. Steps within this strategy include collect job history information, update your resume, create a 30-second commercial, design a cover letter and thank you note. Review and enhance your social media presence. Okay, so first and foremost, we recommend that you start by having a complete work history document. So if by chance you already have a previous resume or perhaps a generic application that you've completed and you keep on hand, then that's great. That's what we're looking for. If not, that's what we are going to want you to do. So that could be doing that on a generic application, or it could simply just be using a piece of paper and going back and writing down all of your work history. So the purpose of this is not for it to be your resume, but for it to be a reference point when you're customizing your resumes for specific jobs. So if you already have a resume, that is great, and we would be willing to help you with that. We could review it, offer you suggestions, things of that nature. If you don't have a resume or you don't have an electronic copy of it so that you're easily able to update it, we highly recommend you use our Resume Builder tool. So again, this can be found on the Mesa County Workforce Center's website under the Job Seekers section. You're going to click on the same selection as you did for the assessments, which is Career Coach. But then when you get to that page, instead of staying on that initial assessment page, on the top, you're going to click on Resume Builder. And then it will take you to the template where you can input all of your information. After you input all of your information into the template, you have the option of either saving it there on Career Coach by creating a Career Coach account, or you can simply download it and it will go into a Word document that you can save on your computer or on a flash drive, whatever works best for you. There's also a short video tutorial on our website, which is located in our workshop section under online workshops. And you will find this short tutorial that walks you through using the Resume Builder. Okay, so the next section of this strategy is creating your 30-second commercial, which is also sometimes known as an elevator pitch. And the purpose of a 30-second commercial or elevator pitch is so that if you have an opportunity to speak with an employer or somebody in a hiring position, you can quickly deliver your 30-second commercial so that they can get the gist of who you are, what you're about, what you have to offer, why they might be interested in you. It's also a really good way to practice a common interview question, which is tell me a little bit about yourself, making sure that you're keeping it professional, talking about your skills and experience. So we have some resources for you on our website. So again, if you go to that workshops and events section, hover over that and you'll see online workshops pop up, and you're going to want to click on that. And then you'll initially see our job search toolbox workshop presentation at the top of that page, which you're more than welcome to view. But below that are all of these different resources. And one of them is called Elevator Pitch Outline. So this will be a good tool that you could download and use to kind of start brainstorming your ideas and creating that outline for your elevator pitch or 30-second commercial. Okay, cover letter and thank you note. So a cover letter is going to take the place of an objective statement on your resume. Objective statements used to be a very common and recommended thing to put on your resume, and we don't so much recommend that anymore. Objective statements tend to be very general and vague and not all that useful for the employer. So we now more recommend a cover letter, where you can go into more detail explaining on how you heard about the job opening, how you feel that your skills and experience are a good fit for the position, and just personalizing it, letting them know how much you're interested in the position. Then with thank you notes, these are both ways to make yourself stand out against your competition. The cover letter, a lot of people don't take time to do this. A thank you note, again, a lot of people don't take time to do this. And they're very simple things to do. So for the thank you note, that's something that you would use after you've had an interview or some sort of interaction with an employer. Typically, it's going to be an interview. So you're going to want to send that within a day or two after the interview. You can also send it or leave it directly after the interview. Okay, so these can come in different forms, can be a handwritten note. So you can have that ready in advance and just leave it with the front desk or whomever it feels appropriate at the time after the interview. It could also be an email if you have their direct email address, or it could be a typed up letter that again you leave there or possibly mail. So the thank you note does not need to be long, just basically expressing your appreciation for them taking their time to consider you and kind of reiterating your interest in the job. All right. Another good tip when you're looking for work is to review your existing social media accounts. So if you already have Facebook or LinkedIn or any of those social media platforms that are out there, we recommend that you review those. Check your settings. Is it a setting where it's open to the public and anybody could search and find you and see all of your profile? Or do you have it locked down to where it's only people that you've allowed access to your account? And then based off of that, you're going to want to see, is it something, if it's open to the public, is it a profile that's going to be attractive to an employer? Or do you have some personal things on there that could possibly turn them off? We highly recommend using LinkedIn. This social media platform is specifically for professionals. So you don't necessarily have to worry about some of those things with the other social media platforms because you're not interacting with family and friends that way on LinkedIn. It's intended to make connections professionally. So if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, we do have workshops that we offer on that, and we have a video tutorial that you can access at any time on our website. So again, that's going to be in our workshop section, and then clicking on online workshops, and then you'll see the video tutorial for LinkedIn there. Strategy 3, conquer the job application and interview process. Steps with this in this strategy are prepare to use email, apply for jobs online, practice answering tough interview questions. So if you do not already have an email or you're not comfortable with using email, or maybe you have an old one and maybe you should make a new one depending on the email address you have created, we want to make sure that you have a professional email address that you're sharing with employers. So if you're not real familiar with creating an email account, we highly recommend that you go online to gcflearnfree.org, where they have some in-depth detail tutorials on setting up email and kind of the basics of using email. So again, make sure that you're updating your email address. You don't want to have per se the year you were born in there, and you want to make sure it's professional so you're not talking about being a grandma or things of that nature. So we kind of recommend maybe having something just to do with your name. And Gmail is very popular right now. So if you have a Yahoo or a Hotmail, sometimes that can date you. Whereas if you have a more up-to-date platform like Gmail, employers may not judge you as much on what platform you're using because that's the popular one to use right now. Applying for jobs online. There are a lot of different places you can go to apply for jobs online. That's the number one way these days to apply for jobs. So we've got some recommendations here. We've already mentioned our platform, connectingcolorado.com. So these are jobs that our staff approve and vet out to make sure that they're legitimate, and you're not going to be getting any spam or anything by using our system. So those are some great features for sure. Indeed is very popular. However, we have noticed that sometimes they're not kept up to date, so you do need to be a little bit careful about things like that. A local one is westernslopehelpwanted.com, and there's many more. We have a resource for you on our website. So again, going to that workshops, online workshop section, scrolling down until you get to these resource buttons. And then if you click on the job seeker resources, there will be a document there that lists a lot more options for online job search, some of which include those top 10 employers in our area. So you definitely are going to want to practice tough interview questions and be prepared. So some things that you can do to practice are to do some Google searches to come up with some of those questions to practice how you're going to answer them. You can simply search common interview questions. Another one that's going to give you some good examples is AARP 10 tough interview questions. You can also get another resource on our webpage through the online workshop section and click on practice interview questions in that resources section. Our staff are also more than willing to help you practice tough interview questions. So maybe you've done a little research, you've thought about how you would answer some of these interview questions, but now you really should practice. So if you don't have a family member or friend to do that with, or you just want some outside perspective, that's what we're here for. So we can do those in person, or we can do them over a video chat or over the phone, whatever works best for you. Just give us a call or email us and we can get that set up and prepare a mock interview for you. Strategy 4, get new work experience and skills. This strategy covers improving your computer confidence, volunteer or finding part-time work, and finding occupational training. So gaining computer confidence. Some resources to help you with this. One we've already mentioned is the gcflearnfree.org that had the email tutorial. They have a lot of different tutorials that can help you in different areas of computer competence. There's also one called khanacademy.com. And then there's also typingtest.com to get you more comfortable with your typing and maybe improve your typing speed if needed, depending on the job you're looking for. So those are all things you can do from home if you have a computer. Some things that you would look for to go out and do in person would be through the Mesa County Library. They hold classes at the Central Library. And then the Mesa County Workforce Center offers computer literacy classes too. We don't have a set schedule. We kind of base it off of need. So we do post those on our workshops and events calendars. So if you click on the workshops and events button on that home page, it'll take you to a calendar that shows you all of our upcoming events. Get new work experience. So volunteering is one way to get new work experience, as well as sometimes finding part-time work opportunities. So we recommend just thinking about this as an option and writing down 5 places you would be interested in volunteering. Same thing for part-time work. What are some places near you that would be quick and easy for you to get to and get some hours in there and maybe gain some new experience? Short-term occupational training is provided through the Workforce Center's Career Development Program. So this is a good way to not only get short-term training if that's an interest to you, so things that are in demand such as personal care provider or CNA or getting a CDL license, things like that. But it can also connect you to work-based learning opportunities where you're getting the chance to work with an employer at their site. So that's a great program, and you can get their application on our website under the job seeker section and then career development program. You can also look into classes offered at the Western Colorado Community College to see what they offer that could help you in your path towards your next job. Strategy 5, meet people who know people. In this strategy, we're going to talk about create a people who can be my network list, update your LinkedIn profile, look for a job club, stay active in your former occupation. So, with networking, we've talked a lot already about LinkedIn, and that's a really great way nowadays to network online. So many people don't have the time to network in person. Maybe there aren't a lot of in person networking opportunities in your area. So, we really recommend LinkedIn. We do offer workshops on creating your LinkedIn account once a month, and you can find out when those are offered through our workshops and events calendar. And again, we have that tutorial on our online workshop section of our website. We also offer a 50 plus networking group, which is similar to a job club. And this is offered the first and third Thursday of each month at the Workforce Center. And it goes from 8:30 to 10. So this is where you can get together with other 50 plus job seekers and kind of discuss where you've been looking, where they've been looking, different opportunities that you can share with each other, and just kind of be a support group to one another through your job search. Strategy 6, connect with organizations that find job candidates for employers. Through this strategy, you explore your American Job Center, aka Workforce Center, research staffing agencies, learn about the Senior Community Service Employment Program. So, American Job Centers can be found throughout the nation. Obviously, your local one is us, the Mesa County Workforce Center. And as we've mentioned, you can get all kinds of information on our website. You can call us, you can email us. We're here to help. Connecting Colorado is the statewide job search database. So that is used across all of Colorado. If you're looking for other workforce centers across the state and where they're located, this link can get you the location of different workforce centers across the state. Staffing agencies within Mesa County. So we've got quite a few. We've got them listed on here for you. They all have websites. Of course, you'll also be able to get their phone number. And a lot of times people will ask, well, which one should I go with? Do certain ones specialize in different occupations? All very good questions. Really, when we've talked to these agencies, and they also post their job openings on Connecting Colorado, they don't necessarily, each of them have any specific occupation that they specialize in. They all have a range. And so, depending on how hard you're looking for work, how much time you're wanting to invest in your job search, you potentially could sign up with every single staffing agency in town. That is definitely okay. One thing to keep in mind is that you are going to want to keep in check with each of those different agencies and make sure what their process is. So do they want you calling in once a week to make sure you're still interested? See how they work to see how it can work best for you. And also to point out, staffing agencies are not necessarily only temporary positions. A lot of times employers are using the staffing agency to kind of try people out, see if it's going to be a good fit. And then if it works out, they will hire them on permanently. So it's a really good way to get your foot in the door in addition to just gaining some skills. So another opportunity is through the Senior Community Service Employment Program. And we've listed the contact information for our local person here, which is Rita Arvizo. And so this program, you're essentially going to be volunteering at different opportunities within the area, but you get a stipend for the time that you are putting in through the program. All right, strategy 7, take time to focus on yourself and stay strong. So, this strategy wants you to consider your roadblocks, search for resources, and think about exercise and focusing on your health. Okay, so one of the things that they offer here for different resources, because we know, sometimes it's that stuff that's stressing you out right now because maybe you don't have the income that you had and things of that nature. So AARP has pointed out some of these resources, which is their foundation's tax aid, and then they also have a local assistance directory. Okay. They have some other tools and resources, which are caregiver resources that you can find on their website, AARP Health Resources as well. Locally, we have what's called 211, and this resource is kind of like an information line specifically for resources. So it's as simple as using your phone and dialing 211, letting them know what kind of resource you're looking for, and then they will let you know what's available in our area. You can also do your own searching on their website, which is 211.org, and there's a lot of information there. Other resources we have locally is through the Department of Human Services. And so that building is shared on campus where the Workforce Center is located. And their main line is 248-8480, where you can speak with someone, inquire about resources available. They also list all of our resources on their website, which is humanservices.mesacounty.us. If you're going to apply for public assistance, so that would be food assistance, medical insurance, which is like Medicaid, things of that nature, you can do all of that by doing the application online, which is through Colorado Peak. That website address is right on the screen. So they have those options. You can apply online and it will go to the Human Service office, or you can go to the office itself. So this is an example of a focus on yourself worksheet. So these are just some recommendations on things to think about. And so if you can see here, focusing on maybe some things that you struggle with, maybe that's vision or hearing. Maybe you're feeling down, so mental health could be an issue. Is your physical health an issue? Nutrition and diet, all of those things to think about. And then kind of jotting down what is it about those areas that specifically concern you. And then looking into what are some resources, tools, organizations, or people that could help you improve in those areas. Okay. So again, if you needed help with any of those, please feel free to reach out and we can assist you with that. Normally, our 7 SMART strategies is about a 2-day workshop, and we've seen a lot of people see success through this workshop. So this here is just a 50 plus job candidate success story. So I'll read it to you. My success story starts by voluntarily leaving a good job with no growth potential and a toxic environment. That week, I realized I needed help to get a better job. Little did I know that admitting I needed help would lead me to a dream job. I contacted Mesa County Workforce Center and met with Employment Specialist Victor, who was very understanding. I felt he heard me. He guided me to update my resume, get feedback, and participate in workshops. It was attending a 50 plus workshop that opened the door. I met Carrie and she shared a job she had considered but required a different skill set. She and the group encouraged me to pursue the job. Talk about support. Thank you, Carrie and the 50 plus group. I went home, printed a cover letter for my resume, and made my way to the office where they politely accepted my resume. 6 weeks later, the office contacted me for an interview. The interview lasted for an hour. I kept all the things I'd learned at the Workforce Center and all the interview questions I'd practiced in my head and was confident. Right up until I went off on a tangent of overshare, I did not keep to the scripting and figured that was the end of the opportunity. After a couple days, I met with Michael, who took time to listen to me and share insights. He put me back on track and gave me a wage analysis for the position. We made a plan to follow up with the interview in 1 week, and in the meantime, keep working on my job search. Within a week, I received a call with an offer. I started the next day. I have now been in the position for 3 weeks. Every job I've had has prepared me for this opportunity. I bring experience and a positive attitude to a job I can only dream about. I am grateful for the experience of working with specialists Victor, Rhonda, Michael, and the Mesa County Workforce Center. So, this is just a story that we received from one of our job seekers that turned out just great for this person. So, we just want to point out to you that we are here to help and support you through this, and you can get that job that you're looking for. So, we just wanted to share prosper by unlocking the full potential of the generational workforce. Employers can benefit from the retention of intellectual capital, a more stable, productive, and engaged workforce, and closer alignment to market needs. So that comes from the Future of Work for All Generations, AARP. So it truly is the way that you think about it and the way that you present yourself that you really are an asset to any workplace. We hope that you have found a lot of tools and resources through this workshop, and please reach out to us if you need any additional assistance. Thank you for your time.